Hi guys, welcome to episode 6, podcast 6, whatever you want to call it. It's number 6 of Old Head and
Young Shoulders.
Former head teacher, ex-student. Old Head, Young Shoulders. We felt it had a ring to it. Cam, has one of our many viewers, listeners, written in with an issue?
There has been many issues, but I think we just need to track back a little bit because the last time we jumped on a podcast together was at the end of last academic year. And if I remember correctly, we were both drained. Very drained.
I have to say we weren't as drained as people who do real work in school. I just feel I have to say that. But yeah, we were knackered at the end of a long academic year.
Yeah, and I think for me personally, obviously I do a huge amount of travelling. So it was good to have a break. I got married.
Congratulations, Cam.
I'm a part of the club. So yeah, it was a great summer, and now I'm really looking forward to coming back and doing what we do and trying to deliver as much kind of value as we possibly can. So right now we're currently in, not the mic, we're currently in the middle of September, right? And one thing what people keep talking to me about on social media, Instagram, Snapchat, even on YouTube a little bit and Facebook is they talk about the last quarter of the year. The next, essentially, 3 months.
Yeah.
So a big question is what I think. It's just like anything. When you go, say, through a week, if it doesn't go well for you, say by Thursday, what people tend to do is write off the whole of the week. And they say, do you know what? I'm just going to start again on Monday. Or they start a diet on the Monday, Tuesday, and by the time Thursday comes, they're like, oh, I'm going to eat that chocolate, I'm going to go to McDonald's, do you know what, I'm going to write off the whole weekend,
Sure.
I'm going out with my friends, I'm going to drink, and I'll just start again on Monday. But what happens when they start again on Monday? They go through the exact same cycle again. So I think even though that is smaller, that example is smaller, that kind of happens with a year. And that's where you get the New Year's resolutions and these type of things. So the topic I really, really want to talk about today is what do we need to do to finish the year off strong? Is it important to finish the year off strong? And also what that looks like, maybe for yourself personally, what it looks like for me personally, and then any advice we could potentially give to the people listening on iTunes or the people who are watching via YouTube or our website, Old Head Young Shoulders podcast, if you haven't seen that website already. But yeah, I don't know. How does that topic sound for you?
That sounds great. That sounds good. And it's timely.
Timely. Okay. That's interesting. You just threw that in there. So, if it's timely, why is time important? Is it important? Is it a way to measure stuff?
It's about making every day count. Get as much as you can out of every single day. So what you were saying about setting goals and finishing the year strong, you've got 3 months till the end of the year. You can achieve a huge amount in those 3 months. So I'd be crystal clear about what it is that you want to achieve, but then break it down into baby steps and be kind to yourself. Don't beat yourself up if you ever, fall off the wagon, if you don't complete a training session or whatever. But just try and string 1 week together and then another week and then another week. So little baby steps, add them up. That's where progress happens.
So slow progress is better than
no progress. I reckon just steady effort trumps heroic efforts. Heroic efforts are great, but you can't keep that going. So yeah, more tortoise, less hare.
So you're talking about consistency, really. We're talking about consistency again, which is of course a key factor for any type of success, right? So consistency is important. But what happens if somebody is watching this at home? They've had a bad 8-9 months. It hasn't been the best year for them. They failed at something in the way they understand it. They feel like they're a failure. They've gone through something. They're struggling. What words of advice would you give those people?
Don't beat yourself up. Give yourself a break. We've all got that voice inside ourselves that says, "Oh, I'm not good enough," or "Oh, I'll never be able to hack that." Stop beating yourself up. Be kind to yourself, and just take stock and decide what is it that you want to achieve next, and try and go for positive action that you can take. But I think that inner critic that we all have, sometimes that inner critic can be shouting at you with a megaphone. Just turn the volume down on the inner critic.
Oh, wow. That's true. Because it's so easy to listen to that voice in the back of your head. And as I said, write off the whole year. It's so easy to do that. And if you've gone through something and you tell people it's not been my year, 2018 hasn't been good for me, but next year I'm going to turn it around, the majority of people will probably agree with you. Majority of people will probably tell you, that's fine, I completely understand. But only you know the truth. And let's not just start looking at the year from January the 1st, 2019. Why don't you see the start of the year today, tomorrow? Start now.
I love it, Cam. That's great. That's great. You don't need a New Year's resolution. You need a tomorrow resolution.
Oh, that's true.
Other thing I'd say is change your language. 2 really important words. They're only little short words. One is yet. Check out Carol Dweck's stuff on the power of yet. I might not be succeeding.
Who's that again, sorry?
Carol Dweck. DWECK.
Okay.
Carol Dweck. I love the stuff she's done on mindset, about
books?
growth mindsets. Check her out on YouTube.
Okay.
She talks about the power of yet.
So
I might not be able to. So that inner critic, you might be telling yourself, "Oh, I can't do this, I can't do that." Just add on the word yet. I can't do this yet. But, and that's another very powerful word, but I know that if I change X, Y, or Z, it can happen. So start thinking about yet and but. Little powerful words that will reframe your thinking.
So for me, it would possibly be, I'm very small, yet I'm waiting to grow.
Cam, I can't make you grow. That's a rubbish example. My name's Cameron Parker and I'm very small, but hey, I punch above my weight here and I've got the personality of a much bigger person. There you are. That would be the better use of but.
So we cannot say anything's possible because growing is
that's a lie. Don't lie to people. Some things are not possible. I will never run 100 meters in 10 seconds.
I don't know.
But it's all relative to yourself.
Of course.
So it's a mistake to tell people they can be anything that they want to be. You can't be. And success is hard work. Wow. Don't try and persuade people that success comes easy. That's why so many people feel bad about themselves, because they think it's easy. Real progress is flipping hard work. So people out there for whom 2018 has been a struggle, 2018 hasn't been a good year for me, yet things can still change. I can still turn this around.
Wow. You put a lot of things out there then. What I don't think is essentially just for this podcast, talking about how people feel success is easy. I totally agree with that, especially with the generation I work with, even my generation. They expect more for doing less.
What's that? Was it Einstein? Success is 1% inspiration and 99% perspiration.
Oh, wow.
You have to graft. Mo won the Great North Run the other day, didn't he?
No, I didn't.
Is 20 in your dreams, but we'll come to dreams and visualization later. Mo, I remember it's 2012. They asked him the secret of success. It's just graft. Okay, the guy's supremely talented, but you've got to work that talent. You've got to really graft.
Wow. So bringing this back, because I think we can touch on that on a different podcast. However, I did really take notes of what you said as far as language. Yeah. So you said those 2 words. What was it? But and yet. And And then we also previously just spoken about that kind of something in your head telling you that it's been a bad year. So that's kind of self-talk and also the language you use. So how can you start enforcing yourself or training yourself to use the right language to kind of put you in more of a positive mind state? How can you do that?
It's just practice. You just listen to yourself. An example I use is a guy called Adam Walker, who's a swimmer. Check out Adam Walker, ocean swimmer. He's done all sorts of incredible swims, and he has a constant battle with the cold water. So what does he do? He doesn't use the word cold. When he's talking to himself, that inner dialogue, when he's talking to other people, rather than talking about cold water, he'll say water that isn't as warm as I would like. And it's a little tweak, it's a little adjustment, but you just don't use the words that are going to cause you worry and anxiety.
No.
So it's about being optimistic, choosing optimistic words. 2018 hasn't been a good year yet.
Oh,
and then I will...
That's the one.
And then I'll think about what the issue is that's stopping me, and I'll just always try and use more optimistic language.
Oh, I love it. What you just said then was key. That was key. It's key to this podcast. 2018 hasn't been my year yet.
And it doesn't matter if there's only a couple of months left. You can still turn stuff around. That's another thing I do, is I build up a bank of people who have turned it around. I'm looking at one. Sorry to embarrass you, Cam, but you're an example of somebody who turned it around. I've just had a fantastic bit of news. A lad who used to go to our old school, remember?
I've seen on Twitter, yeah.
And he left us. He went to another school because he was getting it wrong with us. And 5 years on, that young lad has just got cracking A-level results. He turned it around. He goes in my memory bank. Anything is possible. You get your act together. You change your behaviours. You change your habits. Everybody has the potential to turn it around.
Okay. So how? The next question is how. Because we now can build up the momentum over the next 3 months.
Yeah.
Which means whatever you set in January, the 1st of Jan 2019, whether it's a New Year's resolution, whether it's your goals, your dreams for the year, whatever it is, instead of just starting from a place where you're already behind on the 1st, we can use the next 3 months to build as much momentum as we really possibly can.
Yeah.
And the last thing we want to do is write off the next 3 months, go into the next 3 months blind, which is essentially going to put us behind by the time we enter 2019, because you're already going to be losing. So what can somebody do? What is the first step?
Think about tomorrow. Think about what you're going to achieve tomorrow. What does success look like? What are you going to, by the end of tomorrow, what will you have achieved that will have made progress, that will have represented progress for you? And then get up and win the morning. If you can have a good first hour of the day, I love that win in the morning. If you sit down today, decide what it is that you've got to achieve by the end of tomorrow to represent success, win the morning, get that horrible task out of the way first, eat that frog, and then be kind to yourself. Say, yeah, done it. Good day today. I'll have another one of those tomorrow. And you just take it step by step by step.
So I think the key message here, guys, is small progress is better than no progress. You can have a big goal, you can have a big dream, but let's break it down into small, achievable chunks.
Yeah, and I also think that done is better than perfect. Sometimes you think that you've got to do something supremely, supremely well. No, you haven't. You just got to do it. I'm guilty of that. I tend to think that if I'm doing a workshop or I'm writing something, it's got to be the best workout ever, the best piece of writing ever. No, just do it. And actually, if you can just do it day in, day out, you're going to make real progress.
It's interesting you said that, just do it. Because obviously the first thing what comes to my mind is Nike. And over the summer holidays I actually read the book, Phil Knight's book, Shoe Dog, I think it is.
Right.
Which was an interesting book, and even to kind of see where Nike is now and to see what he consistently done over a long period of time, and actually what he created from a young age, and it didn't really take off for years and years and years, but one thing he was consistent. And I guess that's where the slogan comes from, just do it. So he was out there trying to crack deals with people, he just did it. And everything was just constantly just doing it. And I don't feel like the highly successful people in the world, they really write off months at a time. Everyone loses on a day-to-day basis. That can happen. You're not going to win every single day. Every day is not going to be your day. That's just the way it is. That is life.
The other thing I'd say is, if 2018 hasn't been a good for you yet, what are you going to change? You've got to work out the reason why.
Okay.
Analyse the problem. What is it that's blown you off course, that stopped you achieving your goals? Where are you going wrong? Because if you don't know where you're going wrong, how are you going to sort it? So take time to... It's all part of being kind to yourself again. Don't beat yourself up. Just analyse the problem and think, okay, I need to change that habit. I need to do this differently. I need to do that differently. Team up with somebody if that helps. I hate running. It's up to me to go out on my own for a run, I probably won't. But if I know I'm meeting other people in the club, I will. So team up with other people. Surround yourself with people who are going to support you.
Okay, cool. Let's start to wrap this up a little bit. What final key messages would you share? What would be if you would want them to take anything away from this podcast? I think one key thing you said was definitely language.
Yeah.
That was key. 2018 hasn't been my year yet. I think that's very, very important and very, very crucial. What else would you want to share with them before we wrap this up?
I think it's about analyse the problem. Where are you going to go wrong? And what are you going to do differently? If you want things to change, something's got to change. So what is it going to be? And just go out there and do that thing tomorrow. And then do it the day after and the day after. And if you miss a day, don't beat yourself up. That's all right. Welcome to the human race. We all mess up occasionally. Doesn't mean the wheel... Just because you're driving along, you get a puncture in one tyre, doesn't mean the whole car's wrecked. You don't have to puncture the other 3 wheels. Fix it. Drive on.
That's very true.
Miss a workout, miss a piece of work, do something wrong. Okay, you're human.
Okay. And my final words. We all go through our own problems, our own challenges, and we face obstacles on a regular basis. And if 2018 has really been a struggle for you, if you are finding it very, very difficult to pick up that momentum, understand that that is normal. It is okay. But now it is time to brush the dust off, essentially.
Like it, Cam.
And let's start moving forward. Tomorrow could be the start of a new life for you. There isn't no such thing as an overnight success. We're not looking there. We're looking long term. But because we're looking long term, that doesn't mean we start in long term. We start now. And we start tomorrow. So as soon as you listen to this, whether you're on iTunes, whether you're on YouTube, understand that the next 3 months can be the best possible 3 months you've ever had. Some of the most productive months you've ever had in your life. And if you can commit to that, you will feel like a complete different person. And by the time the 1st of Jan comes in 2019, you will be ready to slay that dragon and start going in as deep and as strong as you possibly can to ensure that next year, this time next year, you are not in the exact same position as you are now. That's it.
That's awesome, Cam.
How do we wrap this up?
Folks, just remember, work hard.
Be nice. Also, make sure you subscribe to us on iTunes, on YouTube. You can listen to us in the car. You can watch us at home. We are literally anywhere. You don't just have to watch us. You can literally consume us on the way to going on the bus to school, to class, to your job, whatever it is. We are literally everywhere. We got audio, we got video. We're trying to be here for you guys. So if you need anything, if you have any questions, or you even want to work with us, then make sure you shoot us an email and connect with us, because we're here for you guys. So yeah, work hard.
The email address, Cam?
It's admin@oldheadyoungshoulders.com, I believe.
Nice one. Thanks, guys.
Admin@oldheadyoungshoulders.com. So go check it out, and all the information will be under this video anyway. But until next time, guys, keep it up, and yeah.